Electrics project. I am Anantoluzaman, and with me I have Vipul and Shomia, who are members of this project as well. Together we have built a web app that allows users in the Washington state. So it helps Washington state government officials, DMV, and users, residents, to go online and search for electric vehicles that have been registered in the state. Um, there's a database that has all the information, and they can access the database and they can see all the information regarding any vehicle that is electric and that is registered in the Washington state. All they need is, let's say, the DOL vehicle ID, the registration number, and they can search for it. This will be very useful for prospective clients, such as clients include like the DMV, the government, different government organizations, police, hospitals. They can all use information to find out quickly. Insurance companies, and even marketing managers and representatives from the electric car manufacturing companies that are there. So it's very useful. Their prospects are huge, but we have to, of course, make it more. This is a very basic version of it, what it can do, but we can modify it to make it even more suitable, more robust, and more secure. Now, we have used Elastic Cloud Server, Elasticsearch database to store our data. We retrieve all the data from there. We have used Firebase to do the authentication and also to host one of the websites, the sign up page mainly. And we have used Express server to host our locally host our homepage UI. I'll show you how we do that. This is the README page, and by just running server ic.js, we are hosting the homepage locally, and then by running this node server ec.js, our local machine is able to talk to the Elasticsearch Cloud database. Okay, we retrieve information from there and queries and everything, and that is shown in our UI. Now, I have opened up by clicking this link. We can open up our website, or copying it and pasting it. I have already opened it up. You can see this is the page. This is our sign-in page, and we must sign up before we sign in. So if you don't have an account and you try, you can see it's not going to work. So we first must sign up, and I will do that in front of you guys. So I'm just doing that. One of the limitations is that I have not implemented a way to do a password recovery. So if you lose your password, it doesn't provide you a way to retrieve the password or change the password. We don't have those options. We can't also delete accounts, not yet at least, from here. The user cannot delete his account. I can as a database manager, because I have access to Firebase's backend. Now, so I just want to create something. So let me just do a password, and he signed up, and let me just do login and see if it works. So the password I gave probably is wrong. I must have made a mistake. This is one of the problems we just ran into. So now we can't sign up because this is the same account. I'll just change it and sign up, and let's see if it works. So we log in, and it worked, and we're logging in. And once we're logging in, so we just ran into one of the challenges with the website. And one other limitation is we don't have any option to see the user information. There is no dashboard to show that. There is no way to modify the way the UI looks. Those things are not yet implemented, but they can be in the future. Another limitation is we don't have a way to update the information that is already there on the server. We can just add a new vehicle, but we cannot really update a vehicle information. That can be also implemented in the future. The show all vehicle button just shows all the vehicle that is there in the server. You can see there's 10,000. There is more than 10,000 results, but the maximum result Elastic Cloud allows us to see in one glance is 10,000, and then you have to just keep loading more to load more of them. And you can press the load more button to load more results. Each page has 100 entries. Every time you press the load more button, it adds another 100 to it. That's how the load more button works. Now, to do a search, we can just use anything. So let's say if you want to look for this guy and you know the dual vehicle ID for this guy, and if you just put it in and search, you'll find him, and you can see it's one result. Let's say you just want to know how many cars are there running in the city Marysville. We can just Marysville, sorry. Anyways, so Marysville. So you just put the city, you put the information and search, and it's 836 cars are running in Marysville. So that's a lot. One limitation is, again, it's very case sensitive. So if I put a lowercase m and do the search, it will give a 0 result. This is a limitation of the Elasticsearch database. And the Elasticsearch database handles keywords very strictly. Now, there is no easy workaround to this. I have to re-upload the data and remap it. This is too much hassle for me at the moment, so I didn't do it. But this is doable. We have to do a lot of coding for that as well. Now, we have done all that, and you can see there is all the information. Now, let's see how we add a vehicle. If you add a vehicle, the asterisks prevent you from adding any vehicle without these information. So it's obvious, if you are entering a vehicle, you must have at least a location, you must have a vehicle registration number, right? And you must have a make, and you must have a VIN. These are things that should be there. Without these, you're not supposed to be able to register a vehicle. So it just makes sure you don't do that. So let me try to show you how that works. So let's say I post a postal code 1205. I make a make. The make is Toyota. The city I put Dhaka. The country I said Bangladesh. The state is again Dhaka. The VIN I put, and then one limitation is it should be only 10 digits, but I have not made it so that you can't enter less or more than 10 digits. You can actually go ahead and enter more than 10 digits, and it will work. This is one limitation. We can easily change this, but I have not done it so far. So if I try to add, you can see it shows me that you have not put this. It takes me there and it tells me to put in that field. See? Now, if I add a alphabet, the dual vehicle ID is not supposed to have an alphabet, so it does the data validation and says enter a number. So that is also there. So let's do it and add and see if it worked. And you can see it has worked. It's redirecting me, and we are here. We're back into the main page, and if we do a search by the dual vehicle ID, it will return me a result. Can you see it's here? Now we can just delete it by pressing the delete button, and we just have to do a refresh. This is one limitation. It doesn't auto refresh. So every time there is an update to the data, you must refresh it manually. This can also be solved very easily, but I have not implemented it right now. For of course, in the future, we should be able to do it. Another limitation is, as I said, the delete button can be used by anybody. So there is no way to give different users different type of accesses. We have just one type of user. This can be changed to include different types of users with different type of levels that can do different types of actions, have different type of permissions. So we can limit normal regular residents to just reading stuff, and they cannot delete anything. This will require a special permission, and somebody who is more like, let's say somebody who has more access rights, let's say somebody from the DMV who uses this as a database manager, he can actually delete stuff. So those are things that can be implemented into this. Thank you so much. This was Anantoluzaman. This was a short demo of how our app works, and I hope you enjoyed it. Have a very good day, guys. Thank you.